long time no see. Sully and I are here, and we've decided it's just been too long that we want to share some encouragement for your riding and, more importantly, your spiritual walk with Christ. So today, I want to talk about the hardest part about riding. And no, the hardest part is not the ground, despite what some people might say. Now, actually, the hardest part about riding is overcoming your mind. That's right. It's got nothing to do with your horse and everything to do with you and what you think. See, what you think has powerful consequences, and the body does and believes what the mind thinks. So, does that mean, horses are mind readers? No, that's not what I'm saying. But horses are really good at reading body language. Remember, body follows the mind. So what I used to tell my students, and I'm constantly having to remind myself, that when you ride, you need to think about what you want to happen. If you think about what you want to accomplish, you're much more likely to achieve it. Now, this is true on the simplest of things, such as stopping. So if I've got my horse going around a circle and I'm trying to pick a spot to stop him, I've got to be careful, because as soon as I start thinking about stopping, there's subtle changes in my body that tells my horse, oh, she's thinking about stopping. So guess what he does? He stops, don't you? Without me even asking, he's just like anticipating what I'm already thinking about. It's also true when it comes to things that are hard and struggle with, and maybe doubt has kind of set up shop in your mind. For me, I struggled a long time with getting Sully to take the left lead. Right lead, we got it. Left lead for other people, you bet. Left lead for me, I don't know that I want to do that. And so when you face these kind of difficulties, it messes with you mentally, and you start thinking, okay, well, maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'm not good enough, or it's too hard to do. And once you start thinking that you can't do something, you've literally bought into that that's the truth, you can't. And let me tell you something, I can't can be smelled a mile away, and not just by horses. We can all read it on your body, okay? Lastly, I think this is also true for fear. I believe that fear starts in the mind. And Sully and I, we live on my grandpa's property, and when we ride outside of his pen, and there's no fences, but there's kind of like a tree line that surrounds 3 sides of the property. And so I've got to be careful that when I'm riding along, that I don't think about something maybe jumping out of the woods and scaring him. Because as soon as I think that could be a possibility, guess what? I'm just sending a signal to him of like, hey bud, like, you better pay attention, because something's out there that's gonna jump out and eat you. So I need you to be concerned about it. He's like, okay, Mom, I've got that. I can do that. And he gets all tight in his muscles and looky, and there could be nothing there, and he's still jumping sideways, But if I don't even allow that thought to kind of cross my mind, if we're working on a task or a drill and I'm just focused on that, or we've had like a wonderful day riding, and so we're cooling off, walking along the trees, and I'm just happy, then something actually can jump out, and he doesn't even break gate. Like, more than once we've had a deer jump out within like 3 feet of his face, and he hasn't done anything. Like, nothing in his body language changed. So what's the difference? It's what I was thinking at the time. And so I just think this and horses are just such a good reminder of the truths that God teaches us in the Bible. In 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 3 through 5, it says, "For although we are of flesh, we do not wage war against the flesh, since our weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but are made powerful by God for the demolition of strongholds. We demolish arguments and every proud thing that raises up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to obey Christ. So this is how we win our battles that we face every day. Just because you've accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior doesn't mean that life's going to be easy. In fact, Jesus said that there's going to be suffering. We have an enemy, Satan, and even though he's lost the war of eternity, he's still diligently working to trip us up, to distance us from God, and to win these everyday battles. There is a war, but it's not physical, it's not of the flesh, okay? The battle is fought over your mind. Remember, the body follows the mind. So who or what is ruling your thought life today? Is it doubts? Is it desires? Is it fantasies because you don't want to face reality today? Any other thought that's not of God or by God is sin. You know? Now I may not be having obviously lustful thoughts like, ooh, I wonder what it'd be like to be with that guy instead of my man. But instead I may be struggling with, gee, my bank account's getting low and I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And I just feel like, God, you've left me. Like you're not meeting my needs. I've got financial needs. I gotta have food. I've got to pay my bills. And Lord, I'm trying to do everything to follow you, and I just don't feel like it's working out or that you see me. So whether it's a lustful thought or whether it's having, doubts about God's goodness, they're both equally toxic thoughts. They're both all sin. And sin can be very sneaky in how it presents itself and creeps into your mind. It can look as innocent as an apple. So that's why God calls us to take captive our minds and to think of the things of God. We need to be careful about what we let come into our thought life, because there's a whole lot of bad stuff out there that's loud and that's fighting for our attention. And we're faced with it every day on social media, on TV, news articles, cultural trends. I mean, all kinds of ways. But when those things start to happen, we need to stop and refocus on God and think of the things of God. So I know for me, the biggest thought that I struggle with that's not of God is worry. I can't go a day without finding something to obsessively worry about, But it's wrong, and it's no way to live your life, and it's not what God intended. And so I always need to start my day with, okay, God, here are all the things that I want to worry about. Lord, I lay them at your feet. Help me not to pick them up today. And instead, when these thoughts and doubts creep in, to think of you, to think of your truths. Because if I can let you be Lord of my thoughts, then you will be Lord of my life and what I say and what I do. And that's the kind of life that we were meant to live. So let your horse be a reminder today to be careful of what you let come into your mind when you're riding and when you're going about your day. Be careful of what you let in. Be mindful of what you're thinking about, because it has consequences in how you live. So think of God and think of good things, and then watch those become true in reality in your life. Not just for your riding, but for your spiritual walk with Christ. Hope this helps. We'll see you real soon. Bye, guys. Hey guys, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment if this message has impacted your life or inspired you today. We would love to hear about it. Till next time, Sally says bye.